Hello friends, in this video let's discuss about the scheduling mechanisms. In particular, let's look at one of the scheduling mechanisms, that is fair queue. And these scheduling mechanisms, generally these mechanisms or algorithms run in the routers. And router, we can see typically it will have more than two interfaces. For example, in this diagram we can see that one link is coming in and other link is going out. In fact, they could be duplex links also. To keep it simple, let's say they are simplex links. And this fair queue mechanism or the scheduling mechanisms, they'll be running in the network layer, or in particular they'll be in the IP, part of the IP protocol. And these are related to the queues. So basically we know the queues, whatever comes in from one link, it gets into the queue, that is enqueued, and then this will be dequeued. All the packets will be dequeued from the queue to send it out on to the outgoing links. So we just have a queue over here, just a diagram of the queue. So this basically is the enqueue mechanism, that is the packets coming in, and then this is the dequeue. So fair queue mechanism is basically one of the dequeue mechanisms. How to remove the packets, or what is the strategy to remove the packets from the queue and send it on the link for further transmission. And remember, here this queue could have multiple types of packets in that, or packets that are destined for different destinations. Keeping in mind, what fair queue does is, we have a diagram here. So here, we have a router here. So you can see number 3 is the router, and we can see that there are 3 types of packets coming in for 3 different destinations. And fair queue mechanism is basically running in this router here. And you can also see the queue over here. So pictorial representation, animation of the queue. That queue has lots of blue packets in it, and lots of some of the red packets and green packets. Fair queue is about a strategy that will be fair to all the packets that are queued over there. Now, if you observe the packets that are going out on the link, we can see that the fair queue mechanism has given equal opportunity to all different packets that are there. For example, 3 types of packets are there, or are destined for 3 destinations in the queue. They are waiting, and fair queue has given, for example, you can see reds over here, and then likewise it has given equal opportunity to blues also. It has also sent the blue packets, and likewise it has also sent the green packets. All of them are getting equal opportunities. Or in other words, how many ever packets, different types of packets are there in the router, in the queue, the data rate of the outgoing link is shared among them. So data rate, if for example, if it is 3 MB, outgoing link is 3 Mbps. So as of now, we can see 3 types of packets over there, or 3 types of flows over there, and each have been given equal bandwidth or equal outgoing data rate. So each of them have been given 1 Mbps each. That is about the fair queue mechanism, scheduling mechanism. So in this experiment, what we'll do is let's quickly get into the practical demo now, and let's build a diagram or network flow, which will before that we can see that when we finally plot the throughput, these are the throughputs that each of the flows should get. So we have this time axis here, and we have the throughput axis here, and we can see that there are totally 3 lines over there, or 3 plots of throughputs each. So destination 1, destination 2, and destination 3, and all of them have got the same throughput. We can see that as they started off with time, and finally on the average, all the 3 were approximately 330 kbps per second. Or out of the 1 Mbps outgoing link, assuming that their outgoing link was 1 Mbps, and 330 kbps has been given to each of them. Okay, this is our expected result. So for that, let's draw this diagram. Let's use this network diagram and plot it. So we have router here, and we have 3 sources, and all of them sending data to the single destination, and all the specifications on the links, and likewise the application data rates also have been given. So let's quickly get to the practicals now. Let's minimize this. Okay, we have our Ubuntu machine here, and let's zoom in here, and yeah, we are logging into the machine, and let's as before, we know to start the NSG, we'll start the NSG, we'll start it in background. Let's start it. We'll have a network scenario. We need 3 input nodes, 1 router, 1 destination, and these are connected by the links, duplex links. Let's look at the diagram. So 2 Mbps, 2 Mbps, 2 Mbps. Okay, all of them are 2 Mbps. Let's come back here. Let's change it basically to 2 Mbps and 10 milliseconds. Okay, everything is fine. So let's draw this. Let's draw this. Let's draw this also, this link also. And then the outgoing link, we should create a congestion, and we can see that that is supposed to be fair queue and 1 Mbps. Okay, and it is supposed to be 100 milliseconds. So let's come back here. So outgoing link is just 1 Mbps, a delay of 100 milliseconds, and the queue type is supposed to be of fair queue mechanism. So N3, we want the N3 to be having a fair queue mechanism over this link, which is a congested link, 1 Mbps link. And then, okay, we are done with the links. We get to the agent, and let's use UDP for all the 3, and let's keep it by default 1500. Okay, 1 UDP here, another UDP here, and third UDP is here, and let's corresponding UDP receiver, let's have all of them at the same destination, second one, and then the third one. And let's connect this source, UDP source, to this one second, this source to this destination, this UDP source to this destination, and likewise this UDP to this destination. And after that, we are supposed to build applications. Applications will use CBR, all of them starting at 1 second and stopping at 8 seconds. Let's have the packet size as the default one as 1500. Let's keep one of them as a high rate, so 2 Mbps. So let's have this as 2 Mbps, and then all the others are 1 Mbps. So we change it to 1 Mbps. This is 1 Mbps, and then this is also 1 Mbps rate they are generating the data. Let's get to the parameters. The name, default names, exponent 05, fair queue. We want the trace file here, we want the NAM file here. Save it as default, and then we go done. And then let's go to the TCL, and we have the TCL up and running, generated. So let's save the TCL. Let's save it in our home directory. We have a fresh directory here. Let's overwrite this. Exponent 05 fq dot, we need to name it as TCL because this is a TCL file. Yes, we will save this. And then once we are done with that, let's go back to the terminal. The terminal is free for us. Now we need to do ns experiment 05, the gedit of the TCL file that we generated just now, just to add color codes to it. So let's open it with gedit and with a ampersand in the background, and then let's define the color codes over here. color code. So we tell the network simulator that color 1 is used for, we have a blue color, or we have flow ID 1 with blue color, and then flow ID 2 with red color, and then flow ID 3 with green color. And then let's give these flow IDs to each of those flows. And before that, let's also make sure that we want to observe the queue. So what we'll do is, for us to monitor the queue, we'll tell the NAM that we want to observe the queue between $N3, node N3 and N4. We want QUE, UE. We want to observe the queue, and the position of it should be 0.5. And then, yeah, let's give the color codes. Let's give the color code for UDP 0. Let's set the flow ID to be 1, which is of blue type. And then let's give the color code of UDP 1, set the flow ID as 2. So we have given the flow ID 2 over there. And likewise, we want to give UDP 2 a flow ID of 3. So we have a color corresponding to each of those flows. Yes, we are done with the color coding. We'll save this. We'll come back to the terminal. And here now we need to give this experiment 05 fq.tcl to ns. And everything is fine. Yeah, it has compiled fine. No errors. And a NAM also has come up. And now when you get to the NAM here, when we play the animation, so after 1 second, we should see the packets flowing. So let's just fast forward it. We are into 1 second now, and we can see all the packets flowing. So now we can visually observe. So let me pause it here. We can visually observe that there is different data rates coming from 0, 1, and 2. Applications are generating at different rates to 3. And 3, we know it's a congested link here, and we can see the queue building up. And in the queue, we can also observe that there are a lot more blue packets because blue's data rate is higher, traffic is higher, so we can see them. But 3 is using a fair queue mechanism, scheduling mechanism. It has been fair to all the, though lots of blues are there at the head of the queue, we can see that the outgoing 3, the router 3 has been fair for all the type of traffics. You have equal number of reds, we have equal number of greens, we have equal number of blues that are going out. So this visually verifies our understanding about the fair queue. Okay. Now visually in NAM we have verified this. So let's fast forward this and finish this animation off. The second thing is, let's observe this through the statistics and the plots also. So let's get in to the terminal, and now we can observe we have we have a awk file here. So, and we have the trace file that has been generated. This is the trace file that has been generated. So we run our MGAT wired 04 awk file on the trace file, that is fq.tr. And now you can see we have got all the statistics here that we want. So we are totally one flow here, and then observe the data rate here, or the throughput that this flow has got. It has got approximately 330. Likewise, you can see the second flow, and this also has got approximately 330. And likewise, you can see the first flow also, or the other one. So we can see that the other flow also has got, all of them have got a throughput of 330. That's the average throughput that we have verified. And now let's plot this on using the graphs. Now we can observe this awk file that we ran. In fact, all those throughputs it has captured into the data files. Each of those throughputs over time, it has captured it and put it into the data files. Let's open one of them. So we can see that this flow is between 0 and 4, this flow is between 1 and 4, and likewise this flow is between 2 and 4. So let's open manager. We can see that there are totally 4 data files. We'll open it using gedit. So now we can see that one column is the time timestamps, and the second column is the throughput that flow has been experiencing. So throughput has been varying. So now what we'll do is we'll plot them. We'll plot this. For that we have a separate script which is basically MGIT throughput plot.p, and this is a GNU plot script. So we call GNU plot, we do MGIT throughput.p, hit enter, and now we can see we got a nice plot of the throughputs. So this is the time axis, and this GNU plot script has picked up all the DAT files that were there in the directory, and it has plotted them. So it found three files, basically three files that are there for these files that are there, and it has looked at the data, it has plotted the curves, and we can see that the curves or the throughputs are exactly matching for all the time. So this is how the FAIR queue has been working, and it is working as expected. So we'll stop here, and in the next video we'll see another queue mechanism or another scheduling mechanism. Okay, see you in the next video. Thank you.